Hi, I'm Debbie, the researcher.
And I'm Judy, the athlete, and we're here to help you better your best.
You know, the effects of COVID are still out there. I mean, I just hear more and more cases all the time, and I'm not sure it's getting better. I'm very pleased that a lot of things are still open and happening, and it's been 2 years and we're still seeing the effects, and some of our poor kids, you know,
Are still being impacted.
yes, when they haven't been able to play and perform and compete, and you know.
Yeah. So most recently, the World University Games. So I was
Archery.
for archery.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, the World University Games in general, right? Which is multiple sports, archery being one of them. And I was set to go as a coach over there.
Yeah.
And they just recently decided to postpone it till 2023. And what's interesting is it was already postponed from 2021 to 2022. And then just because of, COVID and people's concerns, it's in China, people's concerns with what's, happening there from a COVID perspective, it was postponed again, which, okay, it's postponed, much better word than canceled in my mind. But these athletes are university students. And so next year, we don't know that they're still going to be a university student. We don't know what the eligibility will be for them. They were not guaranteed upon the postponement. They weren't guaranteed that it's okay, you'll get to go.
Because they've already qualified to get into this one.
Yes. So that's could be pretty devastating to know I qualified for this tournament. I'm going to this really, really big event, and canceled, right?
Yeah.
Or postponed.
Yeah, and whether it's COVID or other things that happen in our lives, of that path that we're on to achieve what we'd like to, our goals. But there's lots of detours, the ones that we don't plan. I mean, sometimes you kind of know something might be coming. You got to qualify in order to get into it and those types of things. But this has been a very big detour, and there's more coming.
Well, and what's interesting to me is I hear people talk about, especially like high school kids, that really for 2 years, going through their high school program, they probably didn't get to do their sport as much as they wanted. And so I hear people say, well, they aren't getting the exposure. They're not being seen in their sport like maybe others did. But, with every minus, there's probably a plus.
That's exactly right. And I think, what are they learning? They're certainly learning resiliency, and they're certainly increasing their capacity to handle things not going the way I had planned, and they can make choices about that. They can, of course, they get to feel bad, for a very short time, but there's always the road in front of you. It's forward focus. So if you find a way and you even detour your detour, you might come out way ahead at the end of all this.
Yeah,
perspective.
I think as athletes, we like to think our path is straight and efficient, and the reality is when you get to the end of your career and you look back, it was not straight. It had so many detours and changes, and if we can go into that, just knowing that the detours are all part of it.
Yeah, and some of my detours, Judy, have been absolutely great.
Yeah.
They have, so they serve a purpose.
They do.